Even as airlines, business people and world citizens flock to Africa in search of business and pleasure destinations, Rwanda Air has landed on a firm footing in Accra.
The traveling public of Ghana are very, they have developed. It's not a new market. It's not, it's a market that has traveled all over the world, especially to Asia. And so it's just a common sense to have Ghana as one of our destinations.
Rwanda Air identifies with the huge potential of Ghana and is determined to keep Accra on its burgeoning routes across Africa and opening up to the world.
Our people in Ghana have worked very closely with the travel market, the trade market, the corporates, and all types of market segments. But since last April, we have made a conscious decision to add on some of the routes.
As an airline with a plan that is working to perfection so far, Rwanda Air is working tirelessly to open up more and more strategic destinations around the globe, and even more unrelentingly to deliver to potential customers what they want most: comfort in air travel, convenience in air links, and connections that work.
For example, take a Johannesburg route. We have added Lusaka in there. That's to expand. That's an overall strategy, which has hurt our market a bit because we have introduced a hub. So what we did is just beginning this summer schedule, we added another frequency, a fifth, to Ghana to improve the product a bit.
With a team of very committed and determined professionals and eyes set on goals way beyond where they are now, Rwanda Air is eagerly set to become the airline of choice in Africa and beyond.
Rwanda Air is a young airline. It's a very small airline. We really started our operations in 2011. Before that, it was just borrowing aircraft, old aircraft within the region. It's only after 2011, with a conscious decision from the leaders of the country, that we purchased 2 aircraft, 737-800s, and we started to have our own aircraft, and we started to grow systematically with a plan. Today we have 8. Next year we'll have 12, and then it will continue like that.
The company is 100% owned by the government of Rwanda, but it's a registered company operating under the rules of the Companies Act. So the board is obviously appointed by the shareholder, the government of Rwanda, and we have a board of directors, and management then is composed of a CEO, his deputy who serves also as the COO, and then we have heads of the major departments.
Okay, thank you so much for Diary.
You're welcome. And what are you going to do in Kigali?
We are there to experience Kigali, to experience Rwanda.
Have you been there before?
This is my first time.
It's your first time in Kigali?
Yes.
So it should be a paradise. The problem will not come back in Ghana. Nice place.
According to her diary, I might not want to come back to Ghana, but let's see how it goes. Thank you so much. Rwanda Air is opening up the world to Africa and Africa to the world.
Kazi ukaona
We have just arrived in Rwanda, that's the Kigali International Airport. And so far the flight was smooth, was very, very calm. And well, just a touchdown, my first observation is a very peaceful, calm country.
The first impression I have in this country is neatness and cleanliness.
It's evergreen, the people are friendly.
They have the rules here. Okay, the governance rule works here. I mean, you cannot just do anything you want.
Everything's clean, the people are happy, you know. It's everybody's so friendly, it's so nice to when you say hi to everybody, everybody say hi.
I'm serious. Ball like anyhow. Plastic bag anyhow.
Development that this country has is probably one of the fastest economy in Africa, and in terms of living and working here,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to live here to understand, you know, in terms of the order.
That is the beauty, that they continue to develop further on what they have.
Their goal is to be the best, and they try to do everything in their capacity to do that.
Everything you see in Rwanda, it comes from the Rwandan behavior, Rwandan culture.
I didn't expect it to be so beautiful, and the people are so nice.
Here, what you see is what you get.
Kigali is alive, barely 20 years after a genocide that shattered the hearts of billions of people around the world. Rwanda is back on track and with a bounce. The rebound is even quicker, coming from a people determined to rebuild and make their country the envy of Africa.
Within the Rwanda Development Board, we are mandated with fast-tracking economic development, which includes tourism and conservation departments at national level. We like to call Rwanda Little Africa. What you find in Rwanda is a combination of wildlife, cultural sites visits, biodiversity. We have 4 national parks now, one which is a savanna-type park. Rwanda is home to the mountain gorillas. That's in the Volcanoes National Park. We have Nyungwe, which is a biodiversity heaven, beautiful rainforest that is home to birds, about 1/3 of Africa's species. And we have a newly established 4th national park, which is Gishwati Mukura.
Their vested benchmarks are very high, and with the commensurate determination, commitment, and discipline of the citizens and stakeholders, the desired results are raking in fast.
Beyond our wildlife, Rwanda is a very green, beautiful, serene, peaceful, and clean country to visit. Our people, we say we are home to 1,000 hills and 1 million smiles. Actually, I want to say 11 million smiles, because our population is very open to receiving foreigners.
A neat and orderly society and environment is an order not to be missed as you travel around Kigali and to its outskirts around the modern-day Rwanda.
We also have started a vibrant nightlife. We've seen fashion shows, we've seen concerts. We had Dîner en Blanc last month, I believe. So we have more and more activities, social activities, that are catering to Rwandans, but visitors coming from all places that Rwanda Air is flying to.
Rwanda turns out to be one of the most ecologically balanced nations on earth, and the peoples are determined to preserve it so. In regions of the land where poaching would be the main occupation of the indigenes, preservation of the rich culture of the Rwandan has been made their new occupation, thus killing poaching and providing them with an alternative lifestyle they can still be proud of, bearers of the cultural history of the Rwandan people. We are the Ibiwachu Culture Village. This village historically reenacts what happened. It's a historical village, what I mean to say, reenacting the history of the people of Rwanda. So we'll go in and get more insight about what exactly happens here. But it is a cultural center where history is lived right here.
Rwanda, I know in Africa, it's one of 3 countries having the mountain gorillas. After DRC and Uganda, Rwanda is the 3rd one. So that man knows how very well gorilla walks in the forest. He knows how very well gorilla enjoys bamboo leaves and also other kinds of leaves. That's why he performed in front of those guests.
Amahirwe yose nuko twegiriye uyu muterankunga Sebuhoro.
Yeah, all these things are done because of a sponsor, Edwin Sabuhoro, as the former Volcanoes National Park tourism in charge, who have helped us so much. He did contribute in our life, as when he built this cultural village for these people who have been poachers in the forest, and he told them, okay, guys, now it is no longer your time to go back to the forest. I built this cultural village. Once you lost it, you also lost your life. So that's why he's now no longer called poachers, because he has the good life, and also is very, very involved in eco-tourism, sustainable tourism, and also conservation program.
If you look at Rwanda, we have very limited poaching, for example. The reason why it's significantly reduced is because the government took the decision at the right time to work with our local communities, the local communities living around the national parks, and make them part owner of the parks. And so 5% of our revenues that come from national parks go back into the communities. And so we are not just talking, we are walking the...
We are here dancing, we are performing for our guests, because now we had students who came to visit our cultural village. Normally, as they are students in tourism, they came here to see how Rwandan culture service is given to the guests.
Before people get the electricity machine, we have been using this as our local machine for grinding. She's grinding the sorghum, that is the sorghum seed. She's looking how they can get the flour for preparing porridge, bread, and banana beer fermentation. Before the blacksmith, there is another system. People, they were used for getting the material, the knife, the spear, the machete, the bellow, which is helping them to make fire. Once the metal becomes the warm, they can start to shape according to what they need. He's a medicine man. He's going to show us how traditional people cure disease by using plant medicine. It's for food poison. This is lobelia. Then he put on the local laboratory on the wood. Then he add on young siso that planted here. And session man. Then he pound. After getting the juice is Leo medicine. So he can take it in the cup. You see? This is the medicine. After drinking this medicine, like 2 days, 3 days, the food poisoning get out. So he's saying that this is the medicine for men. Okay. Sometimes once a young boy, once a young boy get married and he become unfunction, so can use this medicine. So it's natural Viagra. Yeah. So after using this medicine,
we can go trying out a few steps now. Alright, it's getting very interesting, but I'm sure I'll be doing this till daybreak. Yeah, don't give up. Let's do it together. Well, I'm just coming taken out of the hat that in historic moments will belong to the princess and her servants and perhaps her advisor. It's really been revealing what I have come to learn of the Rwandan history. I believe you also got some revelations there. Miss Earth, a beauty pageant, is even held annually in honor of ecological preservation.
I think you've already had all around the world. Rwanda is one of the cleanest countries worldwide, and we are proud of that. But then, like any other country, we do face challenges. Like the biggest challenge we had worldwide at the moment is climate change. It does affect us too. And yeah, it's something that we have to look for solutions collectively worldwide. And that's why we have the Miss Earth to advocate for environmental awareness and protection. So we have everybody involved. And yeah, because we believe it's individual effort that put together in order to find a solution to this. It's a new culture in Rwanda when it comes to beauty pageants. And we are actually the first private national beauty pageant to be hosted, and we are proud of that because we believe that we can change the ideology and have people understand and believe that there's a lot we can get from beauty pageants. And this platform, we believe, can be an opportunity to these girls. So we are advocating for environment, but we are also advocating to have the people believe in beauty pageants as well.
I believe in myself. I think I can win this because I have the courage and the strength to do this.
Environment is all that surrounds us, and whatever we do it in this environment we have. So there is nothing you can do and succeed without protecting what is surrounding you.
I think if I won Miss Earth Rwanda, I would not only help Rwandans, but other people all across the world.
My love for the nature, I want to share it.
I believe I can be the voice needed among the youth and the young ladies in general to speak out about matters that don't just affect us as a country, but the whole world in general.
I believe that I can share what I have, and my love for nature will help me to help others also to have a love and have a big heart to help nature.
I have self-confidence and I like green economy and I have knowledge to environment awareness, so I think I can be Miss Earth Rwanda.
As Rwanda, we all know we have this speciality about the beautiful environment we have here in Rwanda, which I invite you, Ghana, to come and see. Thank you.
We have been able to source homegrown solutions that have taken us from the really dark times of 94 and before, where the genocide against the Tutsi took place, to where we are today.
The Rwandan genocide that shook the nation and the world in 1994 is one not to be forgotten. A genocide memorial stands in Kigali to remind visitors of the repulsion of that carnage and to resolve never again should mankind revisit such carnage on fellow man. This is the entrance to the famous Hotel Rwanda. Hotel Rwanda became famous during the genocide, where a lot of UN personalities as well as indigents came to seek refuge. Well, some were saved, but a lot of killings also happened right here at the hotel. We want to take the advantage of being in Rwanda to go inside Hotel Rwanda, which is now known as Hotel des Mille Collines by Kempinski. I'll go inside and see how the hotel actually looks today. The hospitality industry in Rwanda is burgeoning, and on this short trip to Rwanda, the experiences to carry back home were a ton. The Serena Hotel at Kivu. I finally got to the Chef Benjamin Kitongi.
Today, what you like to eat? I have waffles, yeah?
I don't know waffles. What is waffles?
Waffles, the ingredients of waffles, we have to put the beer.
So you put beer in both the white and brown?
Yes.
Okay. You are a Kenyan living in Rwanda. Share your experience with us.
Rwanda is the one of the country very, very clean. The waffle is ready. It's ready now. This is honey. You put like this.
But if you are taking with the egg, fried egg,
you don't need to put honey. Maybe maple syrup you put aside. Okay. Yeah.
How is it best eaten traditionally?
With pork and knife. Very nice. Tupatie plain yogurt pale. Then you put natural yogurt.
Okay.
It's nice.
So I can now take it to my table.
Yes.
All right. Yogurt, honey, and the millet part. Okay, now let me try my waffles. This is brown waffles with honey. And this is with the egg. It's good. Come to Rwanda. Come to Serena hotels. Are far away from Kigali, about 4 hours drive from Kigali, yeah? After enjoying this one, I'm going to enjoy Serene view. Vicky has just emptied her plate. It tells you how she enjoyed her breakfast.
I enjoy my food.
I'm enjoying it.
I didn't expect it to be so beautiful.
And back in Kigali, another beautiful Serena hotel.
Serena Hotels in Africa, with the 24 properties, having come in year 1969, we've been able to build a collection of hotels. Why do I call it a collection of hotels as opposed to a chain of hotels? The Serena Hotels are primarily different. You go from one hotel to the other, the structures are different. Structures, I mean, even the architectural designs are different, and the ways of putting the product in front there is quite different. Our market is from the high end, and I would say partly middle. And we've been able to enjoy this market, for the last many years. We stand for quality, and this is how we've been able actually to stay up there. If you look at even our own capital expenditure year by year, we spend a lot of money bringing into the property for internal and external refurbishments. And therefore, I think this is why our market has actually stayed, and I think this is why we've been able to make a name in East Africa. Tourism is number one in Rwanda, followed by agriculture in terms of the gross domestic income. The Rwandan hospitality growth is almost 17% year by year.
It's really the most beautiful country I ever visited.
I was born in Rwanda. I live in Belgium, and I come back after 30 years. And I enjoy Rwanda very, very much.
It all starts from the good leadership of the country, but also at the same time, people's mindset change, and doing away of this culture or understanding that African countries or Africans should be, lagging behind. It's there at the lowest level.
It's taking the right decisions to conserve what we have to cherish. And when we talk about conservation, we talk about the responsibility of all. And it cannot just be government versus citizens, but it's a joint effort.
At school they have a program that teaches the Rwandans how they have to behave, and in the area we live in, have the community, we talk about that and how we want our Rwanda to be in future.
I'm a Kenyan, yes, and I've just been to Rwanda around 3 to 4 times. And if you see the place, it's evergreen, the people are friendly. As per what we were just hearing of and what we were just learning from the history, when you just come to Rwanda, you just find it's another different country from what you used to hear before.
The thing with conservation is that's a field where you cannot take the wrong decision and try and resolve the problem later on. If the issue has created damage, it's very difficult to go back. And I think part of the scenery that you see, we have banned polythene bags. And we've all adjusted to that. When you're buying something at the duty-free and you're coming back into Rwanda, you leave them either in the airplane or in the country where you boarded.
They make sure that the people understand why those policies are being implemented. So because it's a decentralized government system, if you go down to the local government level, they can actually explain to you what the policy is. They can tell you how it should function. So I, as an individual coming from outside, cannot just go to the local community and say, I want to try this. If it's not in the policy for that community, I can't do it.
You cannot just go ahead and do anything you want. Okay, everything needs to be approved, and it gets approved quickly. Rule of law works properly here. And in terms of doing business here, I mean, you don't need to go through the stress to register a company here. It will not take you years or months and struggling. Okay, all you need to do is just to present the right papers, and you have the approval to commence your business here.
Okoye program. Ubetro akwaje permit. Ebeka to say 5 days. Beje o permit. Otroko 5 days ebe ma permit no local authority inform the abona mane. Security area abona mane. Ni amount time. Ebe more time ABR 7 to 9. Ebo 9 a obepon one pon police be betu. Anasa ade chi be final. Simple. Asare kra no say opese wo botwe na wo ye wo dede de sumonyame a copper soundproof.
They are benchmarking all the time. They send people out to study other people's systems and incorporate what they can do. And that has significantly enabled them to progress the way they have done.
When you talk of development, things are being done. You know, people see changes. What I like about here is the fact that nothing is just static. Things are moving on. You know, you have little progress. When you take the example of Rwanda, a national airline that started from nowhere, and you see the level of service they offer, this is something that every African should be proud of. And this is the sense of, I'll call it ownership, you know, but this, or pride as Africans, to say that we can do things right, we can do things and be happy because we put a lot of emphasis on things being done right.
One of the famous books which was published about Rwanda is called Rwanda Inc., Rwanda Incorporated. And it shows that the leadership, especially the President of the Republic, is applying sound management, leadership skills and principles to run this country. So for us, but more importantly, as a government, the airline was set up to achieve some strategic objective for the country, which is opening the country to the world, supporting the vision of becoming a service economy, creating an aviation hub, contributing to the progress in tourism, conference tourism, etc. So all those objectives are what guides us, are what is enshrined in our business plan.
Rwanda is a fantastic airline. I think I've flown them a few times, and they keep their schedule integrity very well, and always on time. Fantastic service on board. Value for money airline. Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So I'm really very privileged and proud, and I'll fly them over and over again.
Ah, I see.
Yes. Yeah. I come from Kenya.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Walter.
And if they've converted me from Kenya Airways, I think they're doing well.
I see.
Yes. Yeah.
We've proved to be a reliable airline wherever we operate. We don't go out. We increase. We bring in these new aircraft precisely so that we can grow the market.
And for how many years have you been doing this?
I started school in 2008, so I joined the company in 2010, so it's like 5 hours almost.
Okay, how long did you have to train?
On this Boeing 737, it took like approximately 3 years.
Before you take off, do you have the imagination that I'm going to give a flight that my passengers will get down and clap and, you know, come commending?
When I am preparing a flight like this, so I'm sure everything's going to be normal flights achieve to the destination. And I expect my takeoff will be good, my landing good, if the weather is not bad, so even the flight is going to be smooth. So that's what I'm planning.
Is this a state-of-the-art aeroplane?
Boeing 737, as you know, 800, and with the sky interior. So I think this was a modern aircraft. Yeah, everything's computerized, as you see. Is a new version.
When I compare, I look at Rwandair giving comfortable, affordable, and consistent. They get faster to their destination, less tired, less stressed. We have very good relations with ground operators and hotels within the region, all over here, not just in Rwanda. Then we're ready to customize what Ghanaians want. We have recently brought in a more experienced country manager because we believe in the market, we believe in Ghana. It has its plans laid out to become one of the biggest, the greatest airlines in Africa. We have sharper people who are into Rwanda. They're part of the Rwanda movement, the whole country.
I'm going on board at the Kigali International Airport in Rwanda. Captain Jovan Petrovic, Great. So what is your expectation of this flight? The height we're going to fly, altitude? And
Our altitude will be 38,000 feet, in generally around 11,500 meters, more or less. But
is that the highest ever we can go?
not, but concerning our weight and outside temperature, will be the optimum, because we are never flying on the maximum. We're just trying to fly optimum to reduce the cost of the flight.
I'm going to enjoy the business class all through Rwanda. From Kigali, Gladys Osei Asare reporting.